What is happening? Man, thanks tuning in. Another episode of Coffee and Coaching, episode 3, Q&A time. Love to help you guys out with whatever's on your mind. Could be anything struggling with, in any equity. We can dive in. But got my coffee and would love to do a little coaching. So you guys can just throw comments into the feed and we'll dive in. But before or while you guys are throwing things in, I want to morning. I want to kind of share a one of the things that has been a game changer for us, for me personally, and also Holly's adopted it a lot and got on board, and so it's helped us family wise, is the whole Sunday planning concept. And one of the talked a lot about it and kind of gone through the whole framework, and it's absolutely critical to maximize our productivity. And remember, all productivity is getting results, the results we want. If we're not getting results, then we're just busy. And so I think that's really, really important to understand. And what are we doing to set and structure the ideal week to maximize our productivity? And a lot of folks get the sequence wrong. Right? Everything's right thing, right order. When you have the right combination, you can unlock anything in your life, right? That's kind of the code. And, once you have that code and you have that combination, you can unlock anything. And there's a code and a sequence to everything we do. And it's no different than in our business. It's no different in our lives. Right things, right order, get the combination. You can unlock anything that you want. So to maximize our productivity for the week and really nail the ideal week, we really embrace Sunday planning. And the whole thing is knowing when you're going to start and knowing when you're going to stop, and making sure that the calendar has the high lifetime value activities in first. And that's where a lot of folks get messed up. And a lot of folks that I've seen in this business get really messed up because the first thing they put in their calendar is work. And actually that's not the first thing that goes in our calendar. It's the second thing. The first thing is all of our equities, our mindfulness, our prayer, our silence, our gratitude affirmation practice, making sure we're spending time, visualizing the things that we want, either through our vision boards, watching something, just anything that's going to help fire our reticular activators. Exercise. Guys, if you want to maximize productivity, the exercise has to be in there. It's a renewal to recharge so we can perform and execute at the highest levels. And and here's the thing, right? There's two things that go with the exercise. One, we got to lift some heavy shit, right? Because that's the renewal for the physical. Cardio, running, walking, on the bike, swimming, whatever, right? That's the renewal for our emotions. So, a lot of people get mixed up. Hey, I'm going for a run. Well, that ain't really recharging the physical. It's recharging the emotions and keeping our emotions, balanced and in check. And so it's equally important, but we also have to factor in lifting some heavy stuff. And I know it's been a struggle. It's been a struggle for me because I've been reliant on the gym here in our community. And about 2 months ago, I went looking and you can't find weights anywhere. So I finally this past weekend, and I was like a kid on Christmas, finally got the rack there was one particular rack I wanted in because it would fold up against the wall to save space inside of the garage. So got that installed, man, like a kid on Christmas, and just was so happy on Saturday when that got in. Found some plates on Facebook Marketplace, waiting on a bar, but it's starting to come together, and I was able to get a couple lifts in this week, and I feel like completely recharged, like completely different. It's like, it's amazing how powerful that is. So exercise has got to be one of the top things. It's one of the first things that go into the calendar. Reading, time to consume, right? It's no different, the nutrients that we put into our body, it's no different than the nutrients we put into our mind. And it's an absolute non-negotiable. And then, time to journal, get things out of our heads, right? Kinder laughs at me all the time. I've got more damn journals and notepads and stuff everywhere. Like I've got a whole container out in the garage, and there's stuff everywhere because I do. There's the science behind, when you're writing things down, if you're listening, making notes, and you're getting all that out of your head, it just helps internalize. So those are the first things that have to go into our calendar. Next is work, right? And not just busy work, but high leveraged activity work, HLAs, and then our MVPs, which are our most valuable priorities. The priorities that we have in our business, the priorities we have in our lives, whatever it is that we're committed to for the calendar quarter, whatever those big rocks are, that time has to be allocated. We like jam sessions. You can get 60, 90-minute jam sessions, earlier in the morning before chaos happens. You're going to move a lot faster. And then the third thing that goes in our calendar, guys, is whatever's left. And the cool thing, if you do right things, right order, step 1, step 2, there ain't going to be any other time. So you've got to be able to, get that time, get your marginal time, get the high lifetime value, and then get what's going to drive business, and then whatever else is left. So that's the key with the calendar. But with the Sunday planning component, lay out training schedule for the week, right? Like I don't have to, I know what my workout regimen is every week. Like I don't even have to think about it, right? That's the worst thing that you could do is walk in the gym. What am I going to do today? Right? Laying in bed. I'm going to get up at 6 and I'm going to exercise. What am I going to do? You're not going to be as productive. You're not going to get the best out of that time. So, taking time on Sunday, laying that out in the calendar, taking the time to lay out meals. Holly and I, we don't want to, hey, what are we going to do for dinner? And so, we take the time, we lay that out. We look at what we don't have. We create, we have Kroger. So we create a Kroger click list, and, we'll get it set up. She'll either go grab it or I'll go grab it. Whoever's got that marginal time to make that happen. So the Sunday planning is like really, really critical to maximize productivity. But one of the other components of that I really haven't shared or talk about is the reflection on the week before. And this is what I wanted to share with you guys. And welcome for those of you that jumped in. If you got questions, anything that you're kind of wrestling with, throw them into the comments after I get done kind of sharing kind of the things to reflect on from the previous week. I would love to, help you guys. That's kind of the whole intent of Coffee and Coaching is to be here for you guys and, one, provide value, but also help you get unstuck and take advantage of this weekly time together to, get some coaching for yourself, for your team, for your company, for your business, for whatever. And definitely that's our whole goal, whole intent. So a couple of the reflection things to kind of think through, you look back through the calendar and was I able to stay on task as much as possible? Was I, thrown off? Why was I thrown off? Was there things that I ended up doing that were low leveraged activities that didn't allow me to get that deep focus time, not, spend enough high leveraged activity time? Did I did my marginal time creep in, right? Did I start work earlier than what I had intended? And did I go later than what I had intended? And so you just start to look where things kind of bleed over, and you really, you have to create the awareness. Okay. It's wisdom and power. Okay. Wisdom is just knowledge that you have, right? You have this awareness. That's wisdom, is awareness. And then from that awareness, once you have awareness, you have a choice. You get to choose. You can choose to do something about it, or you can choose not to. But once you have the awareness, it's all on you. Okay. And so that's really kind of what we're trying to create here, is to create an awareness. And then what are you going to do about it? It's your choice. You can choose to correct it, not allow it to happen again, or you can allow it to keep happening. The choice is yours. So first thing is we're looking there, right? Just kind of reviewing, did we creep into our high lifetime activities and not, really keep the structure and do what we said we were going to do. I think it's also important to acknowledge the brightest achievement from the past week. What was my greatest success? Right? I've shared with you guys, my little daily ritual. First thing in the morning, part of the gratitude practice is, first thing on my mind, what are the top 5 things that I'm the most grateful for? And, write those into my Evernote app. And then I think, what time is Holly gives me shit about all my alarms. What time is my alarm for tonight? Yeah, 7:45 is set, and it says, I don't know if you guys can see it. 7:45, it says wins. So what were my wins for the day? But it's also important, weekly, what was my biggest achievement? What was my biggest success? And, as hard driving individuals, it's sometimes we're the hardest on ourselves, right? Nobody's going to be harder on us than ourself. And so it's really important to sometimes pause and look just how far up the mountain you have come, and acknowledge, damn, I did have some good victories this week. Because sometimes it's hard driving, and sometimes we, some crazy clients, shit going on in our personal lives, we feel defeated. But the reality is that each and every one of us, we win every single damn day at something, right? Did you make your bed when you got up this morning? That's a victory. Did you get that workout in like you said you were going to? That's a victory. Did you eat clean today? That's a victory. Did you, hit the number of contacts and conversations that you were supposed to have? That's a victory. Did you set the number of appointments you needed to set? That's a victory, right? And, did you spend time with loved ones, right? Did you get to connect? Did you have a meaningful conversation with your significant other or your kiddos? Those are all victories. And so you want to acknowledge that, and, really give it the space and time to talk, to really look at it. The other thing to think about is what was my biggest challenge that I had for the week, right? And how did I overcome it? What was my biggest challenge? How did I overcome it? Or am I still trying to figure it out or overcome it? And that's where, if you are working with a coach, you want to share that, right? Hey, this is my biggest struggle. This is what I need some help with. Or, hey, this is how I went about trying to overcome it. Was I thinking about it the right way? Did I accomplish, the task at hand? Or if you don't have that one-on-one coach, take advantage of times like this, right? To where you have, you have this space to ask those questions, the biggest challenges over the past week. What was something that I learned through reading or listening to podcasts or, live calls like this? What were some of my biggest learning moments for the week? Right. So that's the other thing to kind of think about. Really as you're refocusing and identifying, the MVPs moving into the next week, what is my greatest focus? What do I have to give my energy? And what's the one thing? right? What's that one thing that I've got to stay committed to this coming week? And, what's the one thing that I could get help on, right? What's the one thing that I need some help on? And that's the true vulnerability of a great leader is knowing that we need help, and accepting it, right? Just knowing it. It's like, shit, man, I need some damn help. And that's powerful. That's powerful for sure. Where's your focus? What's the thing you're working on? And, it's important, right? You've got to, review, make the adjustments, correct the course. What are you going to commit to? And that's part of the Sunday planning, right? It's that space. Time-wise, spent on it, 90 minutes, man, a good 90 minutes, 2 hours max, man, has been the golden sweet spot time, for sure. So cool. Well, I know we've got some comments, questions, so definitely love to answer that. What's up, Missy? Need an app or way to team to text that can be labeled as team and folks add it as we grow. Phone texting has some major downfalls. Yes, it does. You can get into some higher price point tools, like Slack. I know the other GroupMe is another one that might be the best. That might be one of the better apps. Missy, GroupMe, and setting that up for your team, your organization that just goes through that app. That might be the recommend. That might be the one. Let's see. Just pulling mine up. Yeah, I would maybe look at that GroupMe app. I know my my last coach with our entire team that we worked through GroupMe. It was pretty cool. I know what's his name? Brian Carruthers has Residential Empire. So everybody kind of in Legal Shield and his empire is all in that group. And so they use that. So I would look at GroupMe app as kind of setting that up as just the preferred method. So that's where I would look. What's up, Nikki? Good morning. Swole. Benedict, where are you at? Why come you been in the accountability group? Get your posts in the accountability group. For all of you guys listening, so there's a Facebook group that was set up years ago, but it's called Daily Accountability. And I see a lot of people out there working out, but they ain't posting in the group. So it's just a way, additional accountability. And we just take a quick pick, hey, just knocked out what exercise, and you just throw it in there. So daily accountability. Barbara, biggest challenges myself always. I like the Sunday planning day, and I think I need to start this ASAP. It's been the biggest game changer for me over the last 2 years. And here's my Sunday planner. Guys, don't overcomplicate it. Keep it simple, right? Simple plans allow maximum productivity, and it gives us the greatest opportunity to harvest the most profit. 3 P's, right? Plan, productivity, profit. That's it. Don't overcomplicate it. That's that damn simple. So I just use this real simple. I just have Sunday planning. I have my 4 big goals, and I pull from business, and I also pull from personal. And so I just determine every quarter, like right now, 1, 2, 3. 3 are personal, 1's business. So that's just how it falls. I've got some reminders, some targets that I want to stay top of mind. I want to always be looking at. I know my freedom number. I know what I've got to cover the gap, meaning what I have coming in that I'm not trading time for dollars. And I know what that is to cover to where I don't have to ever, if I don't want to, trade my time for dollars. So we need to know those two numbers, right? What is your absolute freedom number? Meaning if you had that money coming in that you weren't trading time for dollars, that would allow you to do whatever you want, whenever you want, with whomever you want. What is that number, right? It's the absolute financial freedom number. And then, what is your current lifestyle now, right? Now that you need, if you had coming in that you weren't trading time for dollars, what is that number, right? And so I've got those numbers. I've got just some like goals that I know I need, little check mark milestones that I need to get to, things that I really need to push for, like my recovery and my body, like, Cairo, the leg squeeze, get in the float tank, things like that I know I've got to work towards. A couple little sayings, quotes kind of keeps me on track. My big goals, my 3 MVPs. So the 3, there's only 3. And then those MVPs have to go to the calendar. And then down here in the bottom are gotta minutes. And so why are gotta minutes important? Gotta minutes are little tasks that don't make time to the calendar. There's this thing called the force of distraction, and it is real. And it's driven usually by social media and time vampires. So if you've got gotta minutes that when something doesn't go as calendared, for example, let's say you've got an appointment and they no-show on you, or they cancel last minute, and you allocated an hour for that appointment. If you don't have something to jump right into, like a gotta minute, a task, an activity, guess what you're going to do? The force of distraction is going to grab you. You're going to go down the social media rabbit hole. You're going to come up for air 45 minutes later, and you're going to be like, what the hell just happened? And so to avoid that and to fight that, you've got to have these little gotta minutes that you can immediately jump to and start taking action. Hey, need to schedule the dentist appointment. Hey, need to schedule a hair appointment. Hey, I need to schedule to get the truck in to get serviced. Hey, I need to follow up with the CPA. Where are we at with a certain thing, right? I need to, just a real quick follow up. Where are we at with whatever task? So those little gotta minutes are there as a great resource for you to go back to. So that's my Sunday planner, guys. It's real, not too complicated. So just go through that. Database campaign. So I guess, Barbara, you can kind of what data do we have a database, and what is the goal? What campaign? What are we trying to accomplish? What is the goal? Remember, always start there. What are we trying to accomplish? What's the goal? How does it need to be structured to accomplish the goal? And then what's the plan to get there? And then what are all the ways to get there? So, Barbara, if you'll kind of expand on kind of, one, do we have a database? What database? And then what campaign? So, okay, cool. So KV Core. Okay, so we're really talking about our raving fans, right? Working the database with the people that know us, like us, love us, trust us. And as we know, right, the largest portion of people that typically do business with us is through there. Excuse me. So, within the database, there's one of the things that we like to do is that there needs to be a segmentation, and we need to be able to segment out the database, because not all past clients are created equal. And so what we're looking for is that we're looking for those raving fans. So by definition for us, a raving fan is somebody that has done business with us and referred business to us. Okay. So that's who we're looking for. And the cool thing is that when you take this time and go through this exercise, you learn who your top 10, top 15, top 25 clients are. And we based it on dollar amount. We based it on Well, how many transactions have they done with us? What's that meant to the business? And how many people have they referred to us? What has that meant to the business? And that helps us identify our top clients, right? Our top raving fans. The next segmentation of our database is our advocates. And by definition for us, one more thing on the raving fan. Sorry, there's three components. They've done business, they've referred us business, and on the net promoter score, right? NPS, they're a 9 or a 10. They're a promoter. Okay. And if you guys don't know what the net promoter score is, it's the ultimate question. You just need to Google NPS, the ultimate question. And it was a study by Bain and Associates that identified what is the true one question that you can extract from somebody that's done business with you to determine if they're going to do business or refer you in the future. And it's, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being absolute, how likely are you to refer us to a friend, family member, or colleague? That's it. It's the ultimate question. And so, you're looking to have a great system after the sale. You need to have that question, and then you need to trigger a review and a testimonial. Okay. Here's one thing that we all have to understand, right? Sales and marketing, we're always making offers. Everything we do, we're making an offer. And to make our offers irresistible, there's 4 things that we have to solve. 4 things that's going on in the mind of the consumer. When they see a message from Barbara, they're thinking, okay, what is Barbara trying to sell me? Oh, Barbara's in real estate. Okay. Well, how much is this going to cost me if I work with Barbara? What are you selling me? What's it going to cost? The third thing is, why should I believe you, Barbara? Why should I believe you? Okay. And this is where the power of third party, this is where the power of testimonials. Okay. This is the power of reviews, right? Cialdini, right? Persuasion. It is testimonials. It's so powerful. So we've got to have those. And then the fourth is, what's in it for me? Okay. What's in it for me? How can your offer join the conversation in their head, the problem they're trying to solve? So we've got to have those testimonials. So that's the 3 things, right? You could actually say 4. So they've done business with us. They've referred business to us. They're a promoter, net promoter score, and they've given us a testimonial or a review. That's how I would classify a raving fan. Next would be an advocate. An advocate has never done business with us, but they have referred business to us. Our number 1 client in our Lawton office was an advocate, right? Wasn't a raving fan. He was an advocate. He had sent us more money, more clients, more deals than anybody ever. And he was our painter, Dave DeBaca. And so here's what's cool when you segment out the database and you really start to learn and know things about them, then you acknowledge and you reward the behavior based on things that are really important to them. So Dave DeBaca, a huge OU Sooners football fan. As soon as we went through this process, we sent Dave to a football game. We're just like, thank you, brother. We had no idea. We didn't realize it was our bad. I'm sorry. Dude, we love you. Go enjoy the game. And that's where things really come in. If you guys really want to take your raving fan program to the next level, you've got to study and read Jack Mitchell's book, Hug Your Customer. It's an absolute must. Hug your customer. It'll become the framework and the foundation that you do everything within your database to get to know your people. Okay. And geez, when we were going through this, we didn't have the power of social media like you do today to just spy on people to know what they like. Right. So that's where I would embrace that. I would embrace giftology. I know it's about Cutco knives, but it's all about, the power of gifts that align to what they are at their core, right? So like sending somebody a Starbucks gift card that doesn't like coffee or tea, probably not the best gift to give, right? But somebody that loves wine, send them a wine, a bottle of wine. Once you know their wine, send them something like that. Send them items of relevance. That's the key. Personal relevance and professional relevance. What we're talking about here is some personal relevance, and that's what we want to be able to get through there. The next segmentation for us are clients. They've done business with us, but they've never referred. They were kind of passive. They were, they really hadn't done anything, right? And then the bottom would be people that maybe have done business with us, but they didn't give us a good rating. They didn't give us a review, or they gave us a negative review. So you just want to be able to segment out. You want to allocate time and dollars and energy to those top two, right? When we're talking about client invites, client, actually calling, checking on them, how you guys doing? That's who we want to talk to, right? Do we want to waste time talking to people that don't like us? Hell no. We ain't got time for that. So we want to allocate and devote that energy. So segmentation of the database, and then now you can layer your communication, right? Now you can start to layer your communication afterwards. Professional relevance. As homeowners, what's the only thing that's professional relevance? Market statistics, market updates, kind of what's going on there. You can get them into one of your Facebook group, get them in there. Invites, if they're higher up, then you can schedule, quarterly conversations. You can send them, just pay attention to them on Facebook or Instagram, whatever life events going on. Then you can, send handwritten, congratulations, handwritten, cards specific to them. So there's little one-off things that might not scale that we can devote to our raving fans and our advocates. So that's where you want to devote the energy on that campaign, for sure. It's cool. That's where I'd start, Barbara. And then, identify those top ones and do things that don't scale for them. That's powerful. What's up, Mr. Freeman? Yeah, man. Definitely unplugging, spending time with those that matter the most, getting some sun. It's absolutely critical. I think I saw one of the studies. It was vitamin D deficient were the ones that were suffering the most. So what the heck does quarantine do, right? Vitamin D deficient. So as a supplement, I get sun just out running, right? Getting that. But, if you're missing out on that, making sure, you've got supplementation, vitamin D in your diet as well. Key. Cool, man. Great stuff. I really, if you guys think, this coffee and coaching is valuable, let us know. I know kind of the format. I had Mr. Joe Hollow on last week, talking shop, talking all things coaching. I know this episode 3, episode 1, we chatted a little bit, kind of coaching dynamic, the coaching model. And thank you. And so, that's the intent. That's the goal. Every week, just to bring you guys, more concepts, more models, things that you guys can apply to, grow your life and grow your business for sure. What else? Any of you guys have any other questions? Love to dive in. I think one of the things too that I want to do with coffee and coaching, and if you guys are listening in, if you want to message me, and you would be open to being pretty real and vulnerable and transparent, I'd love to have you on a future episode, and we'll do a live coaching call right here for everybody. If you want to get vulnerable and you want to get real, would love to do that. So I know I'm going to do that, but if you guys are listening in and you want to take advantage of it, just private message me and we'll get a date set. I try to stay consistent with these every Thursday at 10 Central. So if you want to lock it in your calendar, as that as well. What's up, Renee? Small items, extremely value. Thanks, Steve. Number one, return on investment is gifting small items. It doesn't scale, but completely works. Ice scrapers in the winter, poinsettias at Christmas, etc. That's right. We have to do stuff that does not scale to make an impact. We really do. And the more personally relevant you can make it, the more of an impact it's going to have, right? We need an army of advocates out there singing our praises. It's too damn expensive. We don't have $100 million budget to create that army through marketing alone. So we need that army out there working for us. And you've got to identify who those top people are, and you gotta invest in them. And I would say, guys, like right now is a great time, right? Even kiddos going back to school. I think we may be ahead of most as we start it this week. I know Oklahoma starts next week. A lot of the other places are starting towards the end of the week, end of the month. But right now is a great time to all of your key folks. Pick up the phone, reach out to them. How you guys doing? How's it going with the adjustment with the kiddos? You guys getting them back to school. How are you handling the e-learning if you're doing that? Like what's going on? So just be a freaking human being. Any list of must-dos you can share with us for our daily? Yeah. Like every day. So the thing is it's the ideal week, and the ebb and flows of the week. And you have to look at it. Why Sunday planning is so important is that every week is different. And, the ebbs and flows changes, right? So like last week, I didn't have to get up and get Zane up and fix him breakfast at 6:30 every morning, right? Like I could be training and he could be sleeping in. School started this week. That changes, right? So it ebbs and flows. It changes every week. But I would say, daily musts or non-negotiables would be the mindfulness. You got to take care of you. It's the oxygen mask kind of concept. If you're not strong, you can't add value and help anybody else. If you want to coach and lead others, you have to coach and lead yourself first, right? Right things, right order. That's the combination. You can't have an impact in another person's life until you can impact your own. So those are the musts. Those are the non-negotiables. And so that the whole silence, mindfulness, prayer, the daily gratitude, affirmation, some type of visualization. Here's a visualization hack. I got this from Holly. So she has her vision board. And what's the one thing that we look at 85 to 400 times every day? 85 to 400. What is that thing? It's right here. It's our little device. And so we know we're going to look at something 85 to 400 times. Why not look at something that's powerful? And so Holly took a picture of her vision board. And so that's her screensaver. Every day she looks at it. Mine are my affirmations. So I have all of my affirmations on my screensaver. So I look at it, I see those. So affirmations, gratitude practice, the visualization, exercise, it's non-negotiable. Did you break a sweat today? Really, that's the thing. Did you break a sweat today? And I don't mean walking outside in Texas where it's 100 degrees right now. No, that doesn't count. Exercise. Did I consume something mindful, right? Not necessarily actually like pick up and read. Doesn't have to be. Did I listen to something that's powerful podcast wise? Did I listen to an Audible? Did I consume something there? And did I take time to get the thoughts out of my head in some capacity or another? Journal, notepad, whatever it is, right? Did I do that? And then I would say, did I make progress on my priorities, my MVPs? And how much of my time did I spend on high leveraged activities in this business, right? Depending upon the size of your business, it's lead gen, lead conversion, conversion to appointments to clients, negotiating some deals. If I'm working buyers, did I show some properties? It's really only 4 or 5 things in this business. If you have a team of more than 4 or 5, did I spend time leading my team today? Right? Did I have one-on-ones today? Did I, what are my leadership responsibilities? And, then, it's, did I connect with those that matter the most, right? Did I spend family time? And it's not going to happen every day, right? So like for us, through the ideal week is that, it's not date night every night, but there is a date night one night a week. And that's a non-negotiable. If you're not dating, fellas, if you're not dating your wife, somebody else will, period. It has to be in there. Date night is non-negotiable. Family night, no technology, connecting. What's up? How's the week been? What are you guys thinking about? What are you struggling with? What's up? Hey, what can I be doing as a dad, be doing better, right? Conversation, just any of that, connecting as a family once a week. Now, can you do it more than a couple times? Sure. But there's those nights, you guys all know it, right? There's those nights we're in passing, right? Hey, I got to jump on this call. Hey, kiddos, you guys go ahead and eat. I'll come back. Well, it happens, right? So we can't fool ourselves, and it's not going to be like that every night. So at least once a week, there's that family time. And so I think that's just kind of the ebbs and flows, but the ideal ideally every day would fall into those buckets that I shared. Yep. It's vital for sure. Yes. Clarity report is an eye opener. And it doesn't have to be one and done, right? It can be one of those tools, kind of a rinse and repeat, to where, if we're feeling lost and we're spinning a little bit and not clear on the direction, go back through the clarity report. It's one of those timeless documents. I think the guys, it's 10 years old. That document's 10 or 11 years old. That's crazy. But it's timeless, and it's one of those things that can really help you get on the right track for sure. So that's awesome to hear. It is an eye opener, and it goes back to that the wisdom, right? Now you have an awareness, and so once we have an awareness, now we have a choice. That's power. And what are we going to choose? And then from there, what's the decision in our commitment? There's a code to everything, guys. Right things, right order. When you have the combination to the code, we can unlock some pretty cool stuff. We sure can. Well, cool. Well, appreciate you guys. Thanks for the love. Hopefully gave you guys a little clarity, some ahas, some new distinctions that are going to serve you moving into the week. And like I said, if you guys are open to being vulnerable on an episode of Coffee and Coaching, we can do a live coaching call for you and for everybody. Just send me a message, probably best on a Facebook message, and we'll get it scheduled and look forward to helping you guys. And hey, if you guys have not know what Mr. Jennings was talking about the clarity report, you can go to freeclarityreport.com. freeclarityreport.com. You can download the clarity report right from there. We're going to get your name and email. It's a given, but you can go there, download it, and really just follow it. Just follow the instructions, and it'll be an eye opener for sure. Cool. All right, guys. You guys have a great one. Keep rocking, and we'll see you guys next time.